iPhone 12 Pro is the main story today because there's just so many leaks about this phone right now as Apple are finalizing all the designs before it goes into production. And yeah, as we know, iPad design for at least the Pro models this time around, smaller bezels and smaller notch. And that means a bad thing for the Android world because once Apple sort out the bezels and the notch, then that takes away a lot of the reason that some people go over to the Android world because of those amazing screens. Also, an interesting thing you can see is that it looks like Apple are going to put the receiver, that's the earpiece, actually into the bezel. This is something that is very easily done, and it's done in a bunch of Android phones. The OnePlus 8 series does it. Before that, loads of Oppo phones did it. Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro series also does it. It actually puts the earpiece into the top of the bezel, so it's not in the earpiece. That's a big move in terms of the position of the earpiece from what we currently get now, where it's actually in the screen. This also means Apple has a lot more space in the notch to fit all the cameras and actually just put them more condensed and then give us a smaller bezel. So it's looking really good for the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max. Really small bezels, big screen to body ratio, finally in an iPhone. Also, a long while ago, Max Weinbach mentioned navy blue or a blue color coming to the iPhone 12 models, and he confirmed it also again today. A blue color, possibly replacing the midnight green that we've got at the moment. A lot of people really like that color, so it makes sense to replace the green with this navy blue color, which is going to look so good. A dark navy blue with a matte finish. It's going to look really nice. Then a bunch of information from a Chinese leaker on Twitter. His Twitter handle is Yomeo Gaozuo. There is no English name. I guess you can just have a look at his Twitter account. But he has given us a ton of information about Apple's future plans for designs. Firstly, the no port iPhone. This is definitely coming. So he mentions that the port is going to be taken away. They're going to have faster wireless charging to make up for it, but also will use AirPods as a much needed accessory without any ports, without a headphone jack or a USB-C port. AirPods apparently will be coming down in price and be seen as Apple as just a necessary thing that you get with the phone. He also mentioned that the ultra wideband chip that Apple are now including in a lot of phones and will be including in the iPhone 12 series will be used for other things, not just location, but also has a dual use and can be used for incredibly fast data speeds. Other things that currently use the port are recovery, but you can use online recovery, and they may actually keep a pin connector in the side of the phone just as a backup, much like we see in the Apple Watch. It has a pin connector on the back that could be on one of the sides of the phone or even the bottom and hidden normally. So no ports on the iPhone, definitely coming in the future. Now for some quick other news. Here's a new phone from LG, and it actually looks like it might do quite well. We got this official promo from LG, the LG Velvet, when they've been teasing this for a while. Apparently coming in the second half of the year, coming with a Snapdragon 765G chipset. LG are focusing on this design. Yeah, I think it looks really good. Decent specs and a lower price, and that all sounds very good, and I hope this may be the start for LG. With Huawei out of the picture, there are some sales that they can try and get, so good luck LG on that one. The OnePlus 8 series has launched, and I think it's gone down pretty well with consumers. Really good phones and expensive phones now that they're flagships, especially the Pro model, apart from in India, which got the official prices, and the OnePlus 8 starting at 42,000 Indian rupees, which is $550 US, almost 30% cheaper than the starting price in America of $700 US. That is a huge difference, 30%. So you guys are paying about $150 for 2 gigabytes of RAM, and the OnePlus 8 Pro apparently $180 cheaper than the OnePlus 8 Pro in the States. Yeah, Indian prices really cheap. China is always cheap too, but you expect that because it's made here. But Indian prices really cheap. America, Europe, not cheap. Always get stiffed for phones and phone prices. Australia is fed up with Google and Facebook apparently making tons of advertising revenue using other people's content. So this comes from the Treasurer of Australia, who says that their local news networks make content that's posted on those websites, and then those websites make the advertising revenue. There is apparently a voluntary code whereby those companies pay the news websites, but it looks like Australia and the Treasurer want to make it a formal commitment to make those websites pay more for the content that's on the sites. I think every website that has someone's content on there should pay that content creator, just like YouTube. Then you have the whole content ID thing, which is a mess, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, you should be paid for the content you make. The Galaxy Note 20 battery specs have been revealed by a Dutch blog called Galaxy Club, who often reveal these things. So last year, the Note 10 was 3,500 milliamp hours. It's going to be larger this year, about 3,880. That will be called 4,000 milliamp hours, which is the same as the S20. So we can assume the S20 Plus will have a bigger battery too, probably like the S20 Plus at 4,500 milliamp hours. No news yet on the Note 20 Ultra, but it's obviously going to be coming to the Note 20 Ultra. Bigger specs, just like the S20 Ultra. That is it for your tech news today. Sub if you liked it, and check out the other channel as well for some more content and videos. And I'll see you next time.